Welcome back to Oxtools. I'm Tom. So got a new machine day today, so a little bit of a surprise. I got one of those calls from a friend that said, hey, you know that machine? You still interested in it? And what do you think my answer was? Yeah, what's up, right? Anyway, it's kind of an interesting story. I've known this particular guy when he actually got this machine quite a few years ago now, early 2000s, I want to say. But anyway, now it's here in my shop. So let's go check it out. It's kind of exciting for me. I've lusted after this machine since the day he brought it home. So let's check it out. K&T in the house. we get to try these rollers on this instead of the 10EE. We'll see how they work. All right, let's give this thing a try. We got one expansion joint to get over, so let's see what happens. I went across the expansion joint at an angle like that. So far so good. I can steer this in reasonably well. Let me move the camera. I call those rollers a success. Let's move the camera. It looks like a pretty good angle. Let's try that. All right, that's probably a reasonable spot. For right now, I can get around it. I can probably reach a plug with the plug to fire it up, but we have just saved this machine from a life of misery in a CNC machine shop. So anyway, I'll tell you the whole story in a minute. So I just noticed that I happened to park this thing right under my Kearney Trecker banner that I got. That was completely coincidental because, you know, I don't even look at the signage in the shop anymore. So anyway, let's talk about the little Kearney Trecker number 1H2HL. And so this friend of mine, his name is Jeff, and you guys might know him as Yeti Man on Instagram. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him actually quite a while now, and probably 2009, somewhere in there, I think, is when we first met. Anyway, he bought this machine from a local used machinery guy in San Leandro, and Ed Schick, it was the guy's name, and he was a, you know what, I can't remember the name of his company, but some of you guys might remember him. He was about this close to a used car salesman. He wore white shoes, he was a duck hunter, and he didn't leave a dollar laying on the table, let me tell you. So anyway, Jeff bought this machine from him, and it came, the story is it came from Rolls-Royce out of near the Oakland airport. So Rolls-Royce had a maintenance facility there, and they closed down actually somewhere around that time, I want to say. And I think Ed bought some machines and equipment from there. That's what he did. He would go to auctions and buy that stuff. Anyway, Jeff brought this machine home to make bicycles. So for coping tubes on bicycles, this layout is actually pretty good for doing that, actually. You know, with a swivel vise and different cutters, you can do some very accurate tube coping. So, excuse me. Anyway, over the years, you know, I've told Jeff, hey, if you ever sell that machine, let me know, right? And so here we are. Thank you very much, Jeff. And he made me a killer deal on this, and he's pretty much gone full CNC, right? And that was my inside joke there, that I saved this machine from a life of slavery in a CNC shop. So in fact, he had no more room in his shop, so he had put this outside under a tarp, and he apologized for the rust. He felt bad about it. It's not too bad. It's going to take some elbow grease to clean it off, but I think she'll clean up pretty nice. It's all functional, all seems to work, and I'm pleased to have a horizontal in the shop, a small one. And I didn't want a full number 2 or a full number 3. That's A-bomb and Keith Rucker territory, right? Those boys like the big stuff, so I'm more compact. I'm the tool room guy, okay? So anyway, let's check it out, and we'll go through some of the stuff on this cute little machine. All right. Well, I got the plug on here, and I redid a couple things in this box. The ground was not so happy, and I put ring terminals on the ends here to connect to the contactor here. So I think we are ready for some kind of test here, see if this thing has life in it. And obviously there's a lot of cleaning and stuff to do that has to happen, but I want to just run it mechanically and see that everything operates and whatnot. So I mean, it's old, but the wires seem to be okay, and they're not cracked and broken. So anyway, let's give it a try and see what happens. So let's see. Let's do this. So this cord's kind of short. I didn't bother to change the cord. I got to move the machine in closer to one of the plugs. Actually, we're gonna use the Future Monarch plug. Let's do this first. Okay. Do it. There we go. Must be hitting some. Okay. A little pebble. Close enough. Yep. Okay. I got the 3-phase going. I think the first thing we want to do is check rotation here, and we got a big fat. This is wonderful. Big fat rotation arrow, so that there's no confusion, right? All right. Off my anti-chip guard. Okay. So the other thing, once I check the rotation, I want to make sure that it's pumping oil. That would be the other thing. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, wrong button. Yay! That looks pretty good. Not making any weird noises. Actually, the belts don't look bad. Not too bad anyway. All right, let's check for oil. Okay, we got oil up to the spindle. That looks good. That one needs a new sight glass. I can't see in there. There we go. Oil's moving around. Okay, off your uncle. reset the camera here, and we'll test the feeds and stuff. So let's close that for now. Okay, so we should be 250 RPM. Sounds pretty good. Feels great. Okay. So now, let's try some feeds here. Let's see. Make sure you guys can. Oh yeah, you can see all that. Oh yeah, that's good. Back and forth. Up. I don't want to move it too far because it's got a lot of flash rust on it. I don't want to just grind that into the thing. You know, I have to say, you gotta love the ergonomics on this. Everything's right here, right? Okay, rapid traverse. I mean, it's beautiful. It's got a good feel on that rapid traverse. You know, you can just feather it. Nice. Okay. Let's change speeds. That should be 412. Yeah, that's faster. 666. That's one of the speeds. Sounds good. And 1088. Good. Alright, let's try slow range. That should be 153. Okay. Nice. I don't know, it looks like let's spindle reverse. Oh, it looks like we got it. Let's try a slower speed. Alright, what's the trick here, boys? I want to be able to turn the spindle. Okay, there we go. So it wants an opposite rotation. Okay. I don't want to grind gears here, especially on camera. Alright. Call that a good test. So it's a Model A. Funny story is when he first got this machine, I stuck one of my stickers on it and it's hung in here this long. So anyway, he didn't bother peeling it off. He left it on there. So this is a model. It's a number 1, but it's a 2CH. It's a 1-2CH, or whatever that means. And And according to the Kearney Trecker serial numbers, this machine was made as a lot of 50 in August of 1944. So big time events in World War II going on at that time, and Kearney Trecker was rocking and rolling pretty hard at that point. So anyway, some of you guys, historian types, probably can cite some different things that happened in August of '44. I think a liberation of Paris was in there somewhere. So which is a pretty significant event. So everything seems to function. I'm missing the knob here, so I'll have to figure that out. And that's the motor enclosure there. I mean, overall, it's dirty, but it doesn't appear. Put it this way: it doesn't appear that it needs a full rebuild. And once we run it a little bit and actually cut some material on it, I mean, backlash wise, it seems pretty good. It's just the rust is hiding a lot of the surfaces on there. So I'm going to assume that this knob, I got to find a picture. This knob is similar to the one on the other side. Right now I just put this in here to keep this door from swinging open at this point while I'm fiddling around with it. So okay, I should have looked over here. So it's a 1-2HL according to the serial number book. You know, at first I thought, since this is clearly a number 1, it's the smallest machine Kearney Trecker made, horizontal anyway. And I saw the 2HL, I was like, oh, 2, it's not a number 2, right? And I don't know all the intricacies of the Kearney Trecker model numbers, so forgive me. And but anyway, I saw that, but it turns out that is correct, and that's an original plate. So okay, great. So we've got both outboard supports here. I don't have any, the crisscross additional supports. I don't have any of those, but I probably don't need them. This is serial number matched nicely. Let's see what else. So is this one. And so those were original equipment with the machine. I got a bunch of tooling too. Jeff was using this vise here to cope tubes, probably because it swivels nicely and you can set it at an angle with the in relation to the tool real easily. So horizontals are nice for tube coping. On vertical machines, it's a pain in the neck because the tube runs into the table, so you have to do some gyrations to do it on a vertical machine. And there's the tooling. So we've got quite a few holders, and then the important stuff are these arbors here. These are hard to come by, at least original Kearney and Trecker versions of those. But as you see, I got a big job ahead of me here, just sheer cleaning all this stuff up. That's kind of a, oh wow, look at that thing, it's just blasted. That is just blasted. So yeah, I got to go through this. Some of it's going to get junked out or whatever, but for the most part, it's reasonably well tooled. And I got arbor spacers, I guess. All the little spacer bits that you need to put the cutter where you want it. These are important to have too. So it came with almost a cabinet full of stuff. And I think Jeff bought most of it when he got the machine from Uncle Ed. That's what we used to call him, Uncle Ed. So my little machinery rollers worked pretty good. And so I got to play around with them a little bit as I was pushing this machine around. And I don't know what the weight of this machine is, but I'm guessing it's around 1,800 to 2,200 pounds, something like that. Probably closer, right in that regime somewhere. It's definitely lighter than my Moore surface plate, my cast iron surface plate. And just by picking it up with the forklift, I can kind of sense the weight. And that weighs 2,700. and it's significantly heavier than this. You can feel the forklift load up pretty significantly when I picked that up. Now, one pointer, when I was using these, the front end seems to steer nicely. That's okay, that's all fine. And but I only had one of these cross rods in it. I had one in the back. So if you go for this setup, make sure you make 2 of these crossbars, because it behaves itself a lot better with 2. That way those 2 skates, they can't bend the rods or flex the rods or whatever. They're pretty much tied together nicely on that. And that was the general idea anyway. That's why I made 2 rods, is to, you know, basically clamp those to the side of the machine. So anyway, those worked out really good, and it sat overnight, and it didn't take a compression set on the wheels, which a lot of the folks had commented on that particular video when I made those, that hey, watch out, they'll take a flat spot on them. And you know, but granted, this isn't a ton of weight on here. Well, it's a ton, but it's not a lot of weight. So I added this. I don't know if you guys noticed that. And the idea behind that is I can put a ratchet strap around and all the way around the machine, and then crank that on there and kind of lock it to the machine. That was the general idea behind that mess. And then my universal handle fits this, and you know, you can steer that around and drive it wherever you want. And you saw me doing that. So I don't know. That's about it. This is just a, you know, kind of a quick video to you know, I'm pretty obviously I'm pretty excited to have a horizontal in the shop. I'm now one of the club members now of horizontal mill guys, and so I feel honored to be among that crew. So I don't know, you know, sure, I'd love to find a right angle head. Do I need one? Probably not, because I have the vertical mill, right? Would it be fun to play with one of those universal heads? Yeah, sure. If anybody knows of one kicking around, you know, in the back of a shop or something like that, unused, let me know. And maybe we can work a deal out or something. So I don't know what else I need. A DRO. I need a lot of steel wool and a lot of Vapo rust to get this tuned up and looking as sweet as she could be. So we do need a name for her. Okay, I guess it's a her, or it could be a him, I suppose. But it's cute as a speckled pup the way it is. But I certainly need a name. So looking for suggestions for a name. And Marvin the Mill, Harry the Horizontal, I don't know. So anyway, thanks for watching, and you'll be seeing this in the upcoming videos. Thanks.